Jama with the banger.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Glad to have you on the show, man.
TJ, you got a little look going on, man. What's up? What's up with that look?
NYU look? Yeah,
NYU look?
This,
I'm talking about your facial expression, bro. You were staring at the camera super intently. Like, what's good, bro? What's popping?
You know what it is, bro?
What you got going on, bro?
I've been.
You got that hair. What's your hair gel, bro? What kind of hair gel?
Actually, I don't have any product right now in my hair. It's all natural. But I've been the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks has just been I've been started up my new job, and so I'm on Zoom every day. So I'm probably just like used to this. At this point, being on Zoom and like, you get Zoom fatigue. So that's probably what you're witnessing right now.
I feel you.
But yeah.
Your eyes are all messed up.
Max, you were talking about my hair. What about yours, man? You got something
it's all
entirely
natural,
different going on.
Born blonde. Nah,
you might be the only person I've ever seen who's got better hair than me, honestly.
First of all, I love your IG stories. Like, oh, do you guys fuck with my blonde hair? All this stuff. And then I love the comments people get back to. I like it. I think that's crazy, bro, that you can pull that off, because not a lot of people are able to do that.
Dude, I love just like screenshotting those and then just posting them. I just like roasting or just putting people on the blast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel that for sure.
Yeah, that's what social's for, though. Putting people on blast.
So everybody, this is you didn't even introduce my boy. Kind of just went at it, but this is Max, my homie for a minute. Also known as Max Out. Check out his IG, check out his music on YouTube, and you're gonna get to learn a little bit more about him today. So, what's up, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What you getting into nowadays? What you up to? How's everything going for you?
Yeah, for sure. So, my name is Max. I go by Max Out. I'm an artist, influencer, manager, and an entrepreneur. I'm currently in Beverly Hills, making deals, making moves. Right now, I've been focused a lot on marketing, just taking meetings, focus on how to market and work with certain people, getting people brand deals, building relationships. And I actually dropped out of college, started pursuing music about 6 months ago. And yeah, bro, I'm just in LA, living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Just coming up from the valley. Used to live in Van Nuys.
Literally everything you just said right there can be put into a song. Lyrics to a song. Making a deal, making a dream. I got them mixed up, I think, maybe.
I'm just talking.
Dollar
like that.
No, it's the LA vibes, bro. It's the LA vibes. That's all.
Yeah, man. So, you know what? That brings something to mind. There's always that conversation about the Valley versus LA, even though LA, the Valley is still part of LA, technically, if you want to be technical about it, the counties and whatever. Anyway, so what's your different mindset? Do you find it different, and just you as a person from being living in Van Nuys to now living in Beverly Hills, around different people, different environment? What's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, man, it's literally night and day. When I think about it, it's actually pretty bad. Like, I was actually kind of sad when I went to the West Side and I realized how much opportunity. I mean, dude, like, to put this into perspective, I was at like Hi-Ho Cheeseburger and I'm just ordering a burger, bro, in Hollywood. And I see this guy, he didn't drive by, he ran by. And I'm like, that guy looks super familiar. And I'm like, that's David Dobrik. And David Dobrik was just like literally running by. And I'm like, I have to stop this guy and say what's up. So I get in my car, I start driving, and I'm like, yo, David Dobrik, my name is Max. I love you. I was like, I love you so much. And he's like, thanks, man. I'm like, dude, can I be in like your video? Can we collab or something? He's like, dude, I'm not doing YouTube right now. This was like during the height of COVID.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, bro, like I gotta get your like info or something. He's like, yo, here's my email. Like, you seem like a super chill guy. But I was like, imagine I'm just driving and then I just see like David Dobrik and I'm like
Yeah.
kind of stalking him, but like that's the type of stuff you don't see in the Valley.
No, definitely not.
But it's definitely night and day. I think if you're young and you want to hustle, like being in Hollywood, being in Beverly Hills, being where like the action's happening, like you can just walk down the street, go get a coffee, and like you'll run into people. Like most of my connections have just came from just like walking outside. And in the song that I put out, I'm sure we'll talk about it too, Bang Bang Go. It's like LA is about like the sidewalk. The sidewalk is literally the runway. And like that's what I talk about in my song. But it's definitely not like that in the Valley. The Valley is very sleepy, very chill. If you want to settle down, you know, have a family and all those things. But being in LA right now, there's no other place I want to be right now. Like I'm literally like living like the best life I could possibly think of right now.
It's awesome, man. I love that. And that's so true about the Valley. I feel like a lot of people are very sheltered in the Valley. They're just very into themselves, into their little small niches, their groups that they're really used to, and they don't like to step out of their comfort zone. And then once they do, which is like not a lot of them, they say they go to abroad in Europe or they go to the East Coast or something, and they're like, wow, and it changes them as a person as a whole. And I think it's for the better, but it's just kind of the sad reality that people, maybe it's the lack of opportunity, I don't really know, or they, like I said, trying to stay in their environment that they're used to and they don't really get to experience anything else. And they even think that, oh, the West Side and the LA is kind of weird and different. It's like a whole nother world to them, when in reality it's like, bro, it's just like it's all LA. It's just a different, better part of LA that they don't realize or they don't want to open themselves up to. But yeah, man, I want to hear about your song too, because I fuck with it. I think it's dope. I think it's super duper catchy. And the TikTok dance that goes along with it is super cool that you're able to make that. So how did that come to fruition?
Yeah, so I got Fiction, Enola Bedard, and Cece like kind of on a favor. Like they were just like I connected with their manager, like crazy connect. I just like ran into her. But yeah, Steph Selter is amazing. I've been doing deals with her. She's Jen Selter's sister. She's an amazing manager. She has like so many good people that she works with. But yeah, man. So the song Bang Bang Go. I wrote that. So I was on like a writing binge for like 2 months because I moved out here and I got super inspired. So I would just like literally like drive and like be writing at the same time. I'd be at the stoplight and I'd just be like observing like LA and like what's happening. And like I haven't been writing as much because I've been just focusing on like marketing, because like being an independent artist is like definitely not easy if you don't have the backing of like a big label. But once you get it going, build a following, it really starts taking off. But yeah, I wanted to find the best TikTokers I could, and like I had like a connection with Vic and everything, so it really worked out. And I wrote them a whole like creative briefing. It was like 4 pages. I'm like, I want it like this rhythm, this tempo, this color scheme on Rodeo. So it was like the first, I guess you could say, like promo I did. And I've kind of just been like chilling recently, just learning kind of how the game works on social. So I haven't been posting a lot. I've been more just observing, been on Clubhouse. But yeah, this song definitely was like one I wanted to put out. I have a couple in the back burner I haven't put out yet that I feel like are bangers. I mean, I feel like all my songs are bangers, but like there's definitely one.
You need to have that kind of attitude. So
yeah.
There's definitely one I haven't put out yet that I think is going to do well. I'm going to film a video for it in a couple weeks, so that one should definitely do well. But yeah, man, learning the game with all this stuff is very interesting, and I've just been learning, doing meetings, like just networking with people, and then I'm just going to hit the ground running very soon with a lot of marketing stuff. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
no, it sounds incredibly interesting. But I'm, a little curious about how you got into, you talked a little bit about your background, why you decided to, pursue the career that you're pursuing. But I want to know kind of a little bit underneath that, what were some of the things that you were going through back when you were in college, back when you were a little bit younger? and what made you kind of choose this path specifically? And then what in LA over the last few years have you seen that's kind of, change in regards to the landscape, in regards to social, in regards to entertainment, music, that has made your ability and your talent, kind of shine through, and build a mass following?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, dude, LA, the homeless problem, bro, like it's really bad. Like I'm all about helping
Yeah, that's what
homeless
I've
people,
heard.
but like, it's terrible, dude. It's so
Mhm.
bad. Like they need to fix that shit like ASAP. Because it's just like, bro, I walk out and there's dudes like literally naked, like having sex. I'm like, dude, like, what is going? I'm like walking out of my building. I think I live in a nice place. Like I live in a nice building, and like they just don't care. The police don't care. I was
Yeah.
watching the riots. So LA's kind of going to shit. That's why everyone's moving to Texas. But yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
My dad, he was signed to A&M Records, professional drummer, very successful, never
Okay.
got super big. So I kind of had music in my blood and everything.
Mhm.
Actually was a baseball player since I was like 7, got a D1 scholarship. I ended up getting hurt and only played 1 season at JUCO. I might still play again. I don't know. Like I've been watching like these guys like Jake Paul and like, Logan Paul boxing.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you can do it all nowadays. Like there's no stopping. Like, why can't
It's a
you
lot
just
of
be all
time.
of
There's a
these
lot
things?
of time.
So I'm like, yo, like, why not like put that? Because I could still play and everything. I didn't like get hurt again. Like I actually, overcame that shit and like was able to pull through. But for my music, I was in a long-term relationship. Definitely was like an inspiration. Getting your heart broken, like, I mean, it was like a mutual thing. But when you go through hard stuff like that, where you like really want to be with someone, it can definitely like be inspirational. Just like digging into like hard situations, like, I mean, that's really how you make good art. I think you have to go through stuff. Like recently I've just been chilling, man. I'm like, I'm not inspired because I'm focused on more business stuff. And I think the people that win in this like game right now with social, they can do like the business and the creative, and they can combine them. And that's where people kind of like either fall off or they keep going. And like, I always like to look at Logan Paul because I think he's like the best influencer. He has such a grasp on like how trends are working. Like, I wouldn't consider himself like an artist, but he's extremely talented when it comes to capturing what people are gonna watch. But in terms of like writing and stuff, I've been writing since I was like 16, but I never like, I used to just freestyle with the homies. I mean, who hasn't like in college or at the party? Like,
Yo, we had that.
Yeah,
I was terrible. I was never good at that. Paris has some bars though. You had some bars.
Yes, sir.
I was beatboxing a little bit here and there. I had my moments. Moments.
You had like the one-liner
flex.
little bars.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah. But I'll be typing on my
that.
phone low key on the side, like hope no one sees me reading off this shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not musically inclined like that. But
no, that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. I mean, bro, like you definitely have to be inspired. Number one, I don't think you can do it to like do it for the money. I know this one dude. I don't want to say his name, Teagues, but like this guy on TikTok, I've been talking to him on Clubhouse, and not trying to throw shade or anything, but he got signed off of like this dumb like, he made like a trendy like remix off of like a trendy song, and it was like I like cold burritos. It was like some dumb shit like that. And I'm like,
yeah.
Is that what labels want now? Is just like to find, because I could do that. Like I could totally just
that's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
And like
I totally agree.
But yeah, bro, that's like another struggle I'm seeing is like, do you want to make art or do you want to just like go with what's trending? Because you can definitely get views if you just know what you're like, know how to make shit. But when I was writing, I definitely wanted to focus on like stuff that I was inspired by, that I want to put out as my message. But when it comes to like getting big, you definitely got to appeal to a mass market. So that's the balance. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, the music industry has for sure become really, really formulaic, where you get somebody like a Drake that everything he drops is a hit, or you get a lot of pop artists that have the same exact beat pretty much, maybe changed a little bit of the whatever the hell you're changing on the beat, but there's like that same beat, same with reggaeton, same with whatever, and that's like a very easy formula to replicate that a lot of artists do, and everyone copies one another, even in like Future set the standard of auto tune and trap rapping, and now you see everybody and their mama trying to do that, and
Mhm.
it sells. It continues to sell.
With
Continues to sell. You see
slight
more and more little
adjustments
slight
to make
adjustments.
it
Exactly.
original, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Like you have that same generic 808 going, and then maybe a little different snare in there, and then like different overtones, and then you just rap on it, and it's like people have the same flow. Like the baby, for instance, the dude raps literally the
Mm.
exact same way on every single song, except the beats are altered a little bit. And he even talks about that in one of his songs. He's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, y'all
yeah.
thought I was just a rapper, rapping like this and that, but I could change my flow." I'm like, bro, you didn't though. Like you're on the same flow. You just
Mm.
say you can. Like have a show us and do it. Don't get me wrong, the baby's pretty sick. He has a lot of hits and shit,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna hate on that,
yeah.
but it's just kind of lame that the audience allows this to ensue. You know,
But that's
nobody.
how it is now, though, right?
Yeah,
Because part of that mass appeal that Max is talking about, and like social media at large, is like everything's like it's there's more of like a magnifying glass on things, but at the same time they're also allowing for this music and for this landscape to be expanded, so more ordinary people like young people and stuff
yeah,
like that can get involved in their own
yeah,
way, whether it be on TikTok or Instagram or whatnot. And so the truth is that the problem with that is that you don't have the same artistic skill. You don't have the same cutoff like in any other thing like sports. Like yes, at a certain point, like individuals who are not at a certain athletic excellence are not going to be able
yeah,
to make it to collegiate sports and then go play professionally, right? There's cutoffs to those things, but that's not available in the multimedia space. Like anybody can nowadays be an influencer on anything. And there's good that comes with that, and there's also some bad that comes with that. A lot of the bad is you see a lot of shit on your feed that sucks, for the ones that are good. So
Definitely. And the problem too is like, I mean, people just don't think you're important unless you have followers. Like it just
yeah,
like I've worked with people like when I started making music, I was like, I didn't know how to find a producer. Like I didn't know how to record. I just put an ad on Craigslist, and like I literally went through like 5 different people until like I met the guy I work with now, Marty Blaze, who's incredible. Like he's worked with like platinum people like Cardi B, like Bruno Mars. Like I was like so lucky. I was working with someone across from him, this guy Little Drift. I don't know if you've heard of him. He changed his name, but he's not bad. He's not bad. Like I definitely think he's cool, Jay. But Marty was coming out and he had a shirt that said "Make It Happen," and I had a shirt that said "Make It Happen," and I was like, "Bro,
hey,
what?" I didn't even know who this guy was, and I'm like, "Yo, do you produce or anything?" And he's like, "Yeah, like I make music, like I produce and everything." So I'm like, "Yo, can we link up and everything?" So I ended up recording with him like 3 of like probably one of my favorite songs that I've made within like one session. So he has like crazy sauce. I mean, I was in there and I'm recording and he's just bringing like these bad chicks, bro. Like these bad chicks just start coming in and I'm like, yo, who are you, bro? Who are you? He's like, bro, like I mess with your vibe, like you're the homie and everything. So I just see these chicks come in. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then do you remember that song with Chris Brown? It was the Cat Daddy. Do you remember that song?
yeah, yeah.
So one of
yeah.
I can't remember his name. What 2 of those dudes though, they just showed up one day. I had no idea. It wasn't Chris Brown. It was the 2 other guys in the rejects.
Okay.
And they just showed up one day and they were just like vibing, like just chilling, just doing their thing. And I'm just recording and they're just playing back my song. And then Marty's like, hey, what do you think about that? He's like, hey, it's pretty fresh. It's pretty fresh. And I'm like, and then he walks out. And then Marty's like, yo, do you know who that is? He's like, bro, that guy's platinum, bro, like triple platinum. I'm like,
Yeah,
no. And I'm
yeah.
like, dude, because all I did, bro, was I just saw this dude with the same shirt as me. And I'm like, yo, let's link. And then it was just off of vibe, bro. It wasn't like, yo, I'm
That's
trying to
how
like
it is.
cloud
Yeah.
chase or any of that shit. So like, I think when it comes to this stuff, bro, it's definitely about who you know and like, but it's really about the vibe, bro. If you're cool with people, like they're definitely just gonna want to like work with you and everything.
Totally, totally. That's what I found, man. And that's with anything, any sort of business you're in. You just have to be very personable. That's why I
Yeah.
always like to talk about these things in college. Is that there's so many people that are smart, you know. It's just a matter of separating yourself in the real world because you could pass a test, you could solve a math problem, and you could be the smartest guy in the room. But if you can't talk to somebody and convince them that you're going to make them money, or in fact you are bringing them some sort of talent they can't find anywhere else, or you're a cool person that could be part of the crew, whatever it is. If you can't do that, and if you don't have the skills to do that, you're not going to get anywhere. It doesn't matter how smart you are, no matter how talented you are, you got to be able to do that, meet people. Because I found a lot of the times, even uh you like I found myself in a place where I knew I was smarter than the person I'm working for or doing something for, but I didn't necessarily have the experience or the networking capability to say, okay, I could do this all on my own. I could just have it on my own platform. But no, in fact, I need this person that may know this person and that person and all these different people that'll boost my network and notoriety. And I think that is really important. Instead of creating the good content first, yes, you need to do that, but you also need to have the overwhelming clout, so to speak. So then it could just be a simple transition into gaining more notoriety and all those different things that are of so much importance in today's industry, in the world in general that we live in, really.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no
I
doubt.
mean, that's so true. I was watching, I don't know if you guys know who Michael Gruen is. I was on the Clubhouse room. Like, I barely
Mhm.
talked to him, but like, this dude's making moves, bro. He manages the Sway House. Like, I don't know him. I'm not saying I know him, but like, that dude, they just acquired like silly bands. Like, do you remember those things from
Yeah,
back in the day?
Yeah, of
I
course.
haven't heard that in a minute.
Bro, they just
I
bought
got
them.
two
They
younger
think
cousins. They have a bunch of them.
Really?
they're just like they're
Yeah.
buying stuff that they're gonna appeal to like young TikTok kids, and they're gonna use the Sway House dude
Yeah.
to promote it and stuff. So like, bro, definitely look at that guy. He knows everyone if you check out his Instagram. But those are the
Yeah.
type of people I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, these guys are like, making moves. They're doing things in LA, and I'm like, these are the type of people that are I'm looking at to like, inspire me to go further. You know what I'm saying?
hmm Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but what I find interesting is, and I'm curious from your perspective, because you've probably seen this more than we have, but I, when it comes to the audience and it comes to the appeal of like marketing towards younger kids and stuff like that, and people who are on TikTok, my one thing I'm always trying to figure out is like, where's the money in it? Is it all in advertising? Is it all in advertising? Because I mean, these kids, at the end of the day, don't have any money. So it's their parents who are going to be buying them stuff. If they're, if there was an advertising on a social media platform, or if they found a TikTok video interesting and they wanted to get connected with that via that. So I'm curious, like, how does that work, the marketing side of things?
Yeah. So from what I'm learning, like I've been connected with some amazing people that have kind of just shown me a little bit. But one of the things that was the first initial reaction, right? Like who's buying, right? But
Yeah.
that's the wrong question, right? The question is, where's the money going? So the answer to that question is the brands are connecting with influencers and the influencers are connecting with brands. So it's much more about the relationship between brands and influencers than necessarily their audience and influencers. Because I think it can get one dimensional. Because I've been doing brand deals for people, put this hoodie on, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars.
Okay.
Recently, I worked with a guy who had like 3 million on TikTok. He's very, very good at what he does. This guy, Kaz Sawyer, he got 120, 140 million view video. But like when I'm selling him to a brand, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, check this out. I can get you this person to get you to put this on. This is how much it costs. Are you down to do it? And then you create a deal. But there's a lot of problems with that because a lot of people don't understand that like there's really no like pricing. There's no way to price it. It's just negotiation based. So like you have people like Kylie Jenner that like cost I think $1 million a post, and some people cost 15K, some people cost 10K, 5K. So I
So
mean, when
everyone
I
has their own
realized
price, basically. Everyone has their own price.
and it's negotiable. It's not like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like on eBay, there's not like a
Not
bidding.
set.
Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking like there needs to be like an influencer pricing algorithm or something like that, because
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
pretty dope if someone could make that. I think influencer.io and all these other sites are doing it. But like the main thing to look at is like, where's the money going, right? So brands have marketing budgets that are in the excess of millions.
Mhm.
So they're more than happy to pay a 16-year-old girl, a 20-year-old guy who has
Yeah.
800,000 on TikTok, 500,000 on TikTok, because there's brand awareness that can come from it, not necessarily sales that can
Yeah.
be long-term for them. So there's a lot that goes into it, but definitely the first question is like, where is the money going? Because that's,
Okay.
I just see the value, like where is the value for it?
Okay. So just getting more exposure, basically. Like the goal is to get more exposure. So when you see, like in a music video, I'm curious, like when you know, make yours, do you have, you know, companies or brands reach out to you and say, hey, we'd love if the dancers would wear, you know, X, Y, and Z, or would they wear our gear, our designer clothing, stuff like that? Does that happen a lot or not really?
Yeah, it's definitely a relationship business. I mean, I've been reached out to. For me, I don't have a huge following right now, so like I'm more focused on like the marketing and getting certain deals. And like I know
Hmm.
how it's gonna grow based on the people I'm working with, and they're already helping me grow. But it's like this is everything for you. It's like your social resume, it's your professional resume, and I know I'm gonna hit big numbers in the near future because I know what to do. Like there's a very formulaic process. It's not like
Hmm.
you wake up one day and you're viral. I mean, that happens, but like there's people in this city, in this town that can literally get you verified if you can do X, Y, and Z. So it's like, it's not like there's like this random thing that's happening. It's
Yeah.
very formulaic. Instagram is an algorithm. It's a game. It's not just like you wake up one day and you post your one reel or your one
Yeah.
TikTok and now you're famous. I mean, that happens,
Yeah.
but like a lot
But
of
even
this
then,
stuff
it's not
is very
sustained, right?
manufactured.
Because it won't be sustained, right? Because you're gonna have, you know, if someone were to go viral, I probably followed people like back 2, 3 years ago who went viral. I don't really follow them though. You know what I mean? And a part of what I guess you're trying to do is you're really trying to engage your audience. You're trying to engage your followers in a way where they're like viewing your content on the reg, and at the same time they're also like, you know, they're learning more about you, your life, what you're doing, and then whoever you're connected with, they're starting to get connected with. And that's the case. Like a lot of the time I can see something on my feed, but that's irrelevant to me when there's something in the back of my head where I'm like, oh, I want to follow that individual, I want to know what that individual is posting. And that's going to be huge, massively different than like someone who just goes viral 2, 3 years ago and you don't hear about them for 2, 3 years. You might have a follow, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, it's all human psychology. Like starting a TikTok with you need this or something like that. You say you,
Yeah.
like people are going to pay attention. And like with the YouTube algorithm, yes, it's about engagement, but it's also about what is Instagram going to push? What is TikTok going to push? What is YouTube going to push? What kind of content? How is, the view count related to the watch time, right? So like knowing these things as well, they literally gamified it. Like I'm telling you, bro, like they literally put people from Fortnite, Sony, like PS5, whatever you want to call it, to make these social media apps to be gamified for kids and for people that can understand like how the algorithm works. Like right now, TikTok, with TikTok and Reels, right? Those are like competing. Reels are being pushed way harder because Instagram is trying to, compete with TikTok. So by posting Reels, like a lot of people are growing quickly because Instagram is pushing that feature because they want people to grow by using that and helps them, beat TikTok. So it's like just kind of understanding like how things work like that. I think it can help people like not waste time.
100% agree, man. And another platform that you've mentioned numerous times today is Clubhouse. And just for those who don't really know what Clubhouse is, what do you use it for? How have you used it? What is its benefits? Like, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I fucking love Clubhouse. I think it's so dope. Anyone who doesn't have it definitely should. So Clubhouse is essentially a voice group message app, is like what I would call it. And you can join rooms, create rooms with any topic that you want, and you can talk with anyone in the world simultaneously. And there's stages where people have access to talk. There's moderators. There's a hallway where you can view their different you can view different room types. And I love it. Like I've grown pretty well on it. It's helped grow my Instagram as well. And it's just a great way to meet people. I mean, I've been on stage with like I've talked to Mr. Beast, like Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone. Like there's ways to like access people you never would. I wasn't on stage with Elon Musk, but I heard Elon Musk like when he was on Clubhouse.
Awesome.
And it's just a very powerful tool to network, to make real, genuine connection. And I definitely recommend it to anyone. It's only in beta. There's so much upside. Like it went from like $100 million company to like $1 billion in like 6 months, and it's growing fast. So I definitely recommend being on it because it's definitely changing how people are viewing social.
That's very true, man. And I think that as social media grows, it's just insane to see. I always talk about this, but it's definitely hard to comprehend some of the things and the way some of the trends are going, because we think something's popular for 1 second, the next day we wake up, there's something new popping off, and the whole idea of becoming viral and sustaining that is kind of difficult, because I think that if you get a viral video and you blow up overnight, how are you going to take the next step forward to retain all of that notoriety and all those things? You know what I'm saying? Like, to your idea of being formulaic with social media on Instagram, sticking to that, really just grinding it out. I think that it has to happen still if you become viral, because if you don't, you're just going to be left in yesterday's feed pretty much. You may have the millions of followers and viewers, but you're going to be left behind. And
It's kind of like the 24-hour news cycle, right?
it
Very
is,
similar
it
concept.
is, it is that's a very good um, comparison there for sure. And I just think that TikTok is such an interesting thing, especially because you can't, it's kind of filtered compared to Instagram in the sense that you can't market alcohol brands and a lot of different things on it. I mean, maybe you can now, but I know when I was working for a couple alcohol brands like Buffalo Coast and Coral Tequila, Aperol Spritz, all those things. If you have alcohol involved, you weren't able to create a TikTok account. And that kind of stifles the accessibility of these brands to market towards a lot of different people. Granted, TikTok is more like a Gen Z thing, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Gen Z people aren't meant to be drinking. I mean, unless they're like every other person that's ever existed in life that drinks
Unless they're
before
like
they're of
every
age,
other Gen Z
but
person.
they're not supposed to be
Yeah.
drinking, or doing whatever it is they do. And it's
Yeah.
just, that's another thing too about America, in the sense that I feel like it's very sheltered compared to the rest of the world, like Europe and different countries in Asia. You're able to drink and be exposed to more adult things at a younger age, 16, 15, 14, 18, even in some countries, whatever it is. And in America, everything's 21, everything. You can't even rent a car without paying extra money or signing some sort of document so you're 25, which is ridiculous to me. There's so
Hmm.
many restrictions. Watching just normal TV, there's restrictions, but I think that social media allows you to break through those restrictions. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's just how I feel. But especially Instagram, because you see a lot of different things without a filter on it, and you could say whatever you want. And I think free speech is really, really the forefront of social media,
Totally.
and that's what it was made for, really, to not only connect, build your network, connect with people all around the world, but to speak your mind, say what you want without any filter, without any fear of judgment, although that happens.
That
Everyone's
happens
going
all
to
the time.
judge you, but that's the whole idea of it. And I think that with what Max does, like the idea of you being involved in so many different things is so great, because you have to be multifaceted in everything that you do nowadays. You can't just be a marketer. You have to also be involved in influencing. You have to have your passion, your music. You have to have this, that, and the third. And you have to have all these different things that come together as a whole at the end of the day. And how are you able to make these different things into pieces of success, and how are you able to build yourself up? And I think you're doing a great job, bro. That's just me, giving you a little clout there. I think you're doing
A
good,
little
man.
cloud
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take
yeah,
it. I'll take it.
chasing.
yeah, for sure.
No,
But
yeah,
No,
virality.
I'm very impressed as well, because obviously the story that you're saying, going through what you went through, having the artistic background from your father's side, but dropping out of college and kind of moving forward with that. I'm curious, real quick here, like how was that decision? Do you think college is even necessary, for the development of of people to get into the workforce, or do you think it's sometimes a burden?
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, virality is just very appealing, right? Like in one day, you can essentially grow hundreds of thousands of followers, and there's people that can consistently do that um, over and over and over again, and they know how it works. So like that's what was like the appeal to me. And then just meeting people where you're like, dude, how are you doing this? They're like, dude, I just figured it out and I know what to do. So I think like my background is like very diverse, and I have like this kind of like chameleon mentality where I'm like, okay, COVID hit. I thought I was going to be in like, doing investments and doing all these things. Then I'm like shifting So I think it's just about responding to like what's happening, then try to like, why is it like this? You know, like why is TikTok like this way? Instead of just being like, this is how it is, I'm just gonna like work with what's working. So that's what I've seen. I mean, my buddy, he literally consistently puts out, you know, Kaz, he puts out a consistently viral video every single time because he knows what people are looking for, and like he's very in tune with like how everything's going, in terms of what people want to see, what are the trends. And there's something about creating what you want for the future, but like there's another thing with like if you're creating it but no one knows about it, it doesn't mean anything, right? So building the audience I think is crucial, but then like having an audience you can, you know, sell back to something cool that you believe in. But like, I mean, if you look at these Instagram models, like they're building this huge, you know, following based on their bikini pictures, and then they're trying to do something substantial or like something that means something to the world, and they're trying to sell it to these 70% guy ratio, 80% guys that are following. It's like no one's gonna buy this, like if you built it off of your sex appeal. So like from the beginning, it's really important, like when you know like you could build and grow, that like how you grow that foundation is like super critical. So that's what I've been thinking. I got your message. I can't read it though. What does it say, P?
No, I was just gonna ask you about just like where your future is gonna go. What do you think really lies ahead for social media? Whether it's human connection with social media or just the platforms itself, because a lot of people thought Snapchat, for instance, was gonna die out. But for the last 4 years, all I heard Snapchat's gonna be dead. Snapchat's gonna be dead, but it's still going strong. Now you got TikTok. Now you got Reels on Instagram. Now you got all these different things trying to push the platform so people will use them. So you think that there's going to be more, or rather, new platforms where people could go to, or do you think that the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Snapchats of the world are continuing to invest in different, I guess, for lack of a better word, subsidiary platforms within their own platform, or is it going to be like a whole new thing in the next 5 years? Where do you see it going?
Yeah, I mean, so Instagram is the very legitimate like social resume, even professional resume. I just DM people. Like I've literally flown out places. I'll be like, yo, bro, like you look legit. Like what's going on? I'll buy you dinner. So I'll just like fly out to like Cleveland, Miami, whatever. And like I'll just meet up with people because I'm like, fuck it, why not? Like this could be a good opportunity. And some of them were worked out. Some of them, you know, didn't go anywhere. They were like not super legit. But like I'm always willing to take a risk. So like Instagram is just like your resume. If you're a photographer, like, yo, you got your shots and like people will just, you know, be attracted to that. TikTok definitely has like a lot of room to grow. It's super like new, and like it's very easy to grow because on the For You page, like you can literally, what they do is they put your content out and they'll expose it to 100 random people to test how they interact with it. And based on that interaction, they're going to push it to 500, 1,000 and 10,000. And like, it's very meant to help people grow. So like TikTok is a really easy way to grow. And like, in terms of the future, I mean, people love Clubhouse and like people want real connection. And like, that's what I love to incorporate in my music. Like I have a message, man. Like I have a message, like people can overcome, have freedom, like get all these things. And like, you can build a genuine audience on Clubhouse too. Like I've, you know, promoted my music just by being myself. And like, I think at the end of the day, like authenticity wins. But with like social media, people definitely want something real and they want to feel like connected or a part of something, right? So that's never going to go away. It's just about like what platform is going to build that. And I don't know yet what that looks like. But in the short term, I definitely see like Clubhouse growing a lot because it's so new. It's in beta, it's invite only. And like the app literally crashed when Elon Musk had like 6,000 people in the room. So it's like, there's only like 2 million people. So if you have like 2,000 followers, you have like 1% of the whole app if you're talking like market share or anything. So definitely keep an eye out for Clubhouse. That's what I would say.
Clubhouse it is, man. Well, you know, I just want to thank you for coming to our Clubhouse today. You know, coming on our show, bro. It's fun, man. I'm glad to see you and glad to see you're doing well. Wish you nothing but the best in the future. keep following you. Obviously, keep in touch with you, my boy.
Mhm.
But I just want to thank you again, bro, and to everybody, all the fans out there. Go check out his song. I'll drop it in the comment section in the description later when this comes out. But everybody enjoy this man's work. Follow him. Big shout out to Max. Max out. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. We'll definitely link
Yeah.
up soon.
Pleasure to
And
have you, man.
yeah, honor.
100p, brother. All right, man. I'll catch you later. All right.
See you guys.
Catch you, bro.
Peace, dude.
Peace.
Oh man, that was cool. That's
Yeah.
crazy because I have so many friends involved with music. I think that's what a lot of people do. He talked about his journey with college and baseball and sports, and a lot of my friends at least that I know that are involved with music nowadays, played sports or did these different things in
Mhm.
college, and then realized, all right, man, this is the time for me to really do something that I like and enjoy, and more
Yeah.
power to them. You can't hate on that.
No doubt.
Everyone has
Yeah.
their different path. It's just about finding the right direction, getting on the right, getting in the right network, getting around, surrounding yourself with a nice, Jesus, man, can't talk today. Right people.
It's been a long day.
I know
bro.
it's been
Don't
a
worry
long
about
week,
it.
bro, for sure.
No
But
doubt. Well, tomorrow's Friday though, but yeah, I totally agree. It was awesome to have him on. You've talked a little bit about him, so I had an idea.
yeah,
Follow him on Instagram. Obviously, he's got a new song that's coming out that's just come out, and so I love those kind of stories. Obviously, when I was younger, I was more musically inclined. I played piano for a while. I have a drum set. It's not in my room anymore. It's my
don't
brother's room
touch my
now.
fucking drum set.
I know, but I love that thing, bro. Let me tell you something. That thing is beautiful. It's in mint condition, and that's probably because I don't use it that much anymore. But to
Yeah.
see kind of young people kind of explore different avenues than what's traditional. I enjoy that. I like that when people go out of the box, they really follow their heart. But they use their mind and they use their God given talent to
hmm
really push themselves and build a career, and I think that that's very important.
It was funny too, man, because I have friends that are like making pop music, making soul music if they're really
Hmm.
really good singers. You got people making rap, hip hop, TikTok songs. You got people
Yeah.
doing all these different things, jazz. It's just crazy to see that and how everybody's in their own niche, finding their own
Yeah,
way and path. But
I think jazz is making a resurgence too. I think like there's a lot of like kids and people, just young people our age, that are like
well, as there
that are
should be, because
enjoying it.
jazz is the fucking start of every
It's
fucking
the
music,
shit.
bro. I
Yeah,
mean, you had
exactly.
that. Well, first, it's okay. I would say it's the modern start of all the music we hear today, because you had
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
West African roots and influences, which is from a lot of the tribes in
Yep.
Africa. And those songs, those tribal songs that they would sing, that they would dance to, that they would make
Hmm.
beats, do all the different things. Then they brought it to America. You saw jazz in New Orleans. Then jazz became the blues, or before
Hmm.
that, even jazz was the songs that slaves would sing on the
Yep.
plantation, to
Yep.
get through their days. And a lot of the times they were singing about hope that God had put them in this position for a reason, and that was something that was very sad to think about. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but
Hmm.
a lot of what the white man, quote unquote, did was convince them that, oh, this is their God-given duty. They have to pick this god and they have to live on these plantations in these conditions because it's a testament to their ability to put their faith in God, that everything's going to be okay
Hmm.
once we're out of this, once we're freed, or once we even die and then go to heaven and live a better life. But this is what we
Yeah.
have to go through to get to that point. And that was kind of the way that the white men were able to control them and able
Hmm.
to overpower their minds, I guess you could kind of say. And it's just really sad to see the manipulation that went on with that. And the manipulation can be seen all throughout history, bro. You got
Yeah. Throughout
Hitler
history.
manipulating fucking the whole ass country, bro,
Yeah.
in the Nazi regime. And then more so than a regime, it was more of a ideal and a mindset that people
Hmm.
wanted to live upon. The whole Aryan race
Yeah.
factor, the whole, oh, we we deserve the right to conquer these lands and these worlds. And that's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
manifest destiny, very
Manifest
similar
destiny, and
concept.
that's
Yeah.
America too, man. Killed off all
Yeah.
the Native Americans, not only America, but the Spaniards and a lot of different nations like that, French even. But
Hmm.
it's just crazy how when you get this power, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give back,
Yeah.
make the world a better place, or are you going to continue to conquer and pursue more power?
Hmm.
And the idea of greed is just so insane to me, man.
Yeah.
When is it enough?
Yeah.
When is it enough money? Like Bezos, when's it enough, bro? Fucking Elon Musk, you got billions of
Apparently, it's
dollars.
enough because he's still
It's
gonna be.
never
I mean,
enough. It's never enough, and
exactly.
like start giving that shit back to people. Amazon
Yeah.
has become the new Walmart. When I say that, I
Mm.
mean Walmart, you have the workers, you have the managers, you have the owners.
Yep.
So you think the owners of Walmart fucking go back and shop, get their groceries at Walmart, their clothes at Walmart, all this
Nope. The
shit?
workers
No.
do.
So the workers get a paycheck from Walmart,
Yeah.
then throw it all back into the company
To the
by
company.
buying and purchasing their product. So in
Stocks
reality,
go up.
Walmart stocks go up, Walmart loses nothing from
Yep.
paying their employees, and they're retaining all their value. Same with
Yeah.
Amazon, bro. Amazon, these big corporations, they pay them enough to afford them. And it's
Yeah.
just so wrong. And it's so sad how all these
Hmm.
people are put in this position, and it's not even being naive.
Mm.
It's just I think the idea of the owners and the system neglecting neglecting the value of the human and saying we're not going to let you out of this
Yeah.
indentured servitude, so to speak, man. I mean, even though that's an extreme thing, it kind of is. You sign a
Hmm.
contract to work for this company legally, and they can't do anything about it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You can't afford to buy groceries at a Ralph's or a Whole Foods. You have to buy it at the Walmart where you work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's this cyclical nature. It's like the cycle
Yeah. It's a
of
cycle.
purgatory, really.
The
It's like you're stuck in
cycle
your
of
own
life.
cycle of life,
You know what
bro.
I mean? I don't
That,
think that's what I don't think that's what he meant, but but
no,
that's what it is.
no, that's what
That's
it
no
is.
doubt about that. But
E-way,
the one mainstay
E-way,
is that,
E-way, E.
yeah, the one mainstay is music though. Throughout that time period, like
Yeah,
connect the dots here, like you obviously with jazz after you had that emergence from blues to jazz, you
yeah.
had swing and bebop, and we've learned about this.
Hmm.
We took a jazz class in college. For people who don't know, one of the most interesting classes I think we would agree
Shout
we've
out
ever
to the
taken.
back row, bro.
The back row squad, baby. We showed up when others wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just throughout history, you've got music. I mean, that's kind of one of the imperatives. Because if you think about it, film and movies weren't there until the 1920s and 30s when they started having photography, and they actually had the ability to use reels and actually put content on video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you always had music to some form. It's one of the only things that I think we've always had. Music and art to some degree are the
Mhm.
two things, and I think there's an connectability that comes with that. It's something that can be used as a bridge between cultures. It can also be used as a divide, like many other things can be. And I think one of the things we're seeing now with music is we're seeing that there is this accessibility. It's kind of talked about with interviewing your friend Max, that it's like it's good to have it more accessibility to more people. That makes it good. It means that it doesn't necessarily mean the music's good. It just means that more people are involved. In many ways, the music gets worse, though. I mean, the quality gets worse. You got a lot of a lot of people that would agree that the mainstream aspects to it, like hearing it all the time on the radio and stuff like that, is not really good for music,
Yeah.
generally speaking. And instead, they become those who really are like musically inclined or just love listening to music and know everything about it. Like they'll focus on artists that are not popping, right? And so I think you've got all that going on. But the one thing is that in America is that you do have this fluidity of different types of genres and art, and that's a good thing to have. The question is, social media in the next 40, 50 years going to be utilized, for good or for evil? Will it be, will who's controlling the strings of social media? I mean, tech, businesses, the government. These are all things that come into question, and I'm very curious to see like how things change, because I think things have shifted so rapidly over the last like 10 years, and we're still catching up to that,
Yeah.
that fact, right? Like TikTok and Instagram, and like the way they've been able to stay up. I know you were saying Snapchat, like I don't use it as much as I used to a few years ago, but it's still popping. Like people still use it. And so I'm curious, when's the next innovation? You know, when's the next one coming? Does it supplant? You know, what are some of the new features? And do we eventually live in a society where we're just like on our phones all the time, you know, on our laptops all the time, you know, not interacting anymore, you know, because we're like, oh, you know, you know, we're more extroverted people, but if you're an introvert, you know, you may like the idea of having that security of being at home and not having to go out and have, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of, it's just something that reinforces a way you feel. Or if you're like me, and I thoroughly miss so much of the social interactives due to the pandemic, but I also have found new things that I didn't think I would find, being alone. And so part of that is like learning more about yourself.
Yeah.
It's a little give or take, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, dude. And also, just for those of you who don't know what we meant by the back row is that there's always that stigma in school that the back row's the jerk offs and the fucking, you know, let's fuck around in the back row. We don't give a shit about this class. We don't
Yeah.
care. We're just here to fucking make attendance. But unbeknownst to pretty much everybody, and luckily your professor shouted us out. Shout out to you, professor. You were the homie. You were a cool ass dude.
He's a
um,
dog. He's a dog, no
he's a
doubt.
dog. So basically, the back row would answer all the questions in this class. One day he was like, "Hold on, I gotta
Something's
say
going on
something.
here.
Something's going on. This is
What's
kind of weird. What's
happening?"
up with this? You guys should be in the front,
Yeah.
but you're in the back, and the back row is supposed to be for all the assholes in my class. But you
Yeah.
guys are actually number one." And he gave us a round of
Yeah.
applause. What a great thing that was, man. Like that was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm the fucking shit in the back of this class. That's like what I
Yeah.
got. I got the dumb.
But professors
confidence
notice
respect.
that shit, bro, especially in college. They notice that. They're
Yeah,
like, they know
man.
who's paying attention. They love it when people engage with
and
them, because this is
engage,
part of
yep.
their life. You know,
Mhm.
that our professor had kids, and he,
Yeah.
you know, he was up in age. Like,
And
he don't
jazz
have to
just
be
happened
here.
to be his passion. Yeah, so he's trying
Yeah,
to
exactly.
give that passion to us, pass it along, and kind of spread his wealth and knowledge of jazz with us, bring in all these awesome people to play for us, take us to jazz clubs, and do all these different things. So in return, the least we could do is engage and show that we actually give a little bit of a shit, and that's what we did, and that's how he showed his appreciation. And that's everything in life, bro. You don't have to like everything
Yeah.
you do. You don't have to like everything you're involved with. Just give a little bit of a shit, show people your gratitude, appreciation, and respect, and that's and attentiveness, and that's all that fucking matters, bro. At the end of the day, and you know who
Yeah.
really should his attentiveness and attention to detail and grind?
12?
B12, boy.
Yeah.
Super Bowl
Yeah.
champ number 7.
Yeah.
I was perfect in the
Don't bet against
playoffs.
Brady.
I was perfect in the motherfucking playoffs.
You were perfect in the playoffs.
Also,
I made a switch at the end to go with the Bucks. I knew it was gonna
did
happen.
you?
I knew it was gonna happen. All right, 3-point. I talked
Yeah.
about it in the podcast with you. You had it the whole time, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with them because I knew they're gonna win.
Yeah.
I didn't think that shit was gonna happen.
31-9.
Massacre.
Right?
They should call that the
Yeah.
massacre in Miami or whatever the fuck.
Tampa.
You know that shit. Exactly. That shit was. The trouncing in Tampa. That's what it's got to be, right?
Trouncing
Something
in
like that.
Tampa.
They got to come up with a nickname because that was the biggest joke of a Super Bowl I've seen since the Rams and the Pats. And you can make a case the Rams and the Pats are better because no
That
one
was
really
a
knew who
close
was
game,
going to win.
bro. Yeah.
At least it was close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Panthers Super Bowl that they played.
No,
in
it
one
was. It
time.
reminded me of it,
A
but it
little
somehow
bit.
made
And the
it
Broncos, the other one,
supplanted it
too,
as worse.
when
It
they lost to
supplanted
Seattle.
it as worse, which I didn't even know was
Yeah.
possible. You know what I mean? Because at least the Panthers game, like there was like I was so engaged in it because I'm everyone knows here I'm a Panthers fan, but like that I was like, oh, we're gonna come back. So I wasn't thinking normally.
Yeah.
Watching that game after the first
Yeah.
quarter and then the second quarter, I was like, wait a minute, why aren't they coming back yet? Third quarter, they're not coming back yet. Why are they scoring more and more? And you're like, fuck, all right, this is just how it's gonna be. And that's just how the night
Keep
was.
this clip though, bro. Keep this clip.
I like this. I commented on this, bro.
Did you? Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
not on the
play
score, but I think it was on
play
Bleacher Report or
This
something.
is so cool. I love this side of Brady.
Yeah.
This clown.
I said this is the energy we need right now. You know what I mean? This is what we need, bro.
Dude, Shannon Sharp was like, I think if it fell in the water, Gronk would be the first one in to go and get it. And I think that's true. Look at this guy. He had
Brady
Oh yeah, like
was
this guy's
he
comment.
was he was
Fuck it, I
wrecked.
got 6 of these already. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what he was thinking.
What did he say? He said,
Shout out to
I'm a
Playboy Pinoy. All right, never mind. I don't like your name, but thanks for the
Yeah, I hate that
what
name.
the fuck
But
is this
no, you
name
know,
in this
did you
shit?
see his comment, bro? He said I think it was like I'm tipsy on what did he say? It was like
Avocado tequila sounds fire. Yeah, look
avocado
at this guy.
tequila. Yeah.
Look how lit this guy
That
was.
shit was
Look at this
hilarious,
guy
bro.
stumbling,
Yo,
dude.
who's holding him up there, bro? He looks like
I don't know,
dude,
but that
bro,
go
he
ahead.
looks like he doesn't look drunk. He looks like he's like having like a seizure, bro. And like they're
Nah, he
trying to
looks happy,
protect
dog. He
himself.
looks lit. What you mean?
Yeah, you know he looks like,
Looks like a
bro.
whole ass vibe to party with. Hell yeah, man. I'm finally Gronk definitely roofied him. Arel Leno.
Yeah,
Dude, what the
that's what
fuck are these
that
people's
yeah.
names on this goddamn fucking Instagram? Dude, just get something simple
He's
like
just living life, bro. When you win 7, you know what I mean? You have to act like it,
oh for
Fuck it.
sure.
Like he said they couldn't go to Disney World, so they had to find something else to do.
For
Except
sure,
I think
bro.
Gronk went to Disney World. He managed to get his way there.
Yeah, he did, dude. He went on the Star Wars thing. Let's see what he
Hmm.
said. Said, man, oh man, I wish we were able to have our parade too, because I would have been walking beautifully just like you. Oh yeah, Braun said that. That's the one thing, dude. Shout out Lake Show. You're playing well still. Even though you're not trying in any of the games you play, you still win. 3 overtimes
They're
in a row,
waiting.
by the way.
They're waiting for the
They're just
playoffs.
waiting for the playoffs. Also, AD needs to stop smoking, and he needs to stop being a pussy because every time he gets touched, all hurt, bro. Like what? Get the fuck
Mm,
up. You're 7 feet. You're
yeah.
fucking big ass dude, and you're top 3 in the NBA. Stop acting like a bitch. But Braun's gonna keep him in check. Obviously, clearly, these
Hmm.
two though. Arguably the GOAT of basketball for sure. We've been known that even prior to the Super Bowl, the GOAT of football. But
Hmm.
shout out to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl champions 2021. They had a good season. I saw throughout the season they kept building peaks. People's had them done for, bro. They
Hmm.
got blown up by the Saints twice. They're like, oh, they can't even
Yeah.
beat their own division people, their own Drew
Yeah.
Brees, Taysom Hill, whatever. And then playoff time comes, it's a different story, bro. Regular season
Hmm.
doesn't matter. That's why people read into the
Yeah.
regular season and different things like that for an extent that is just so out of pocket
Yeah.
because you can't.
Especially this year when there was no team that
Yeah,
was
yeah, and
hot. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think that after all the championships we've seen thus far during COVID, NBA
Hmm.
Finals, World Series, I think this is the most legit one because they actually played a full season. They
Mm.
traveled, they did everything that was the same exact thing as if it was a regular season during a normal time, but they they uh they lacked the fans for sure in some
Yeah.
senses, but the Super Bowl and Tampa the whole year had fans in their stadium. They traveled to some places with fans. Patriots, for instance, didn't have fans. Other people, Rams, Chargers didn't have fans. But I think that the NFL was more legit, more realistic for championship
Yeah.
season than any other sports, major league sports, I should say,
He's the
this year
undisputed
for
goat.
sure. Undisputed GOAT.
He's the
Don't
undisputed
tell me
goat.
differently.
I don't think anyone can anymore. I don't know who
Yeah,
would. I mean, I can't think of somebody who's making that take. And look, yeah, like Patrick Mahomes, like I feel bad for him. I think he's a dog. I think he's a
fucking
great quarterback. I think he made some great plays in the game, that will go uncounted for him.
yeah,
I mean, God, his receivers were dropping passes left and right in the end zone.
yeah.
He was
They were
struggling. He had, who was
choked.
his right tackle was or left tackle was Mike Remmers. You know who
That
Mike Remmers
he was
used to be?
on your team, the
Carolina,
Carolina man.
2015 Super
Yeah,
Bowl, getting absolutely schooled by Von
you
Miller.
got
So
yeah,
I don't blame him. I know Patrick Mahomes went through hell in that game, but like, will he have a shot to come back? Like, he'll be in the Super Bowl. He could be in many Super Bowls for years to come. But I don't know if he can supplant Brady as potentially one day as one of the
yeah,
greatest or
yeah,
the greatest quarterback of all time. If he doesn't get another shot at him, there has to be a rematch. And I was seeing this, and I think it is possible. There's like a solid 50% chance that there could be a rematch this time next year,
yeah. There could be
just
for sure.
because you got the NFC and things are open there, and the AFC. You look at the teams, and you're thinking, okay, maybe the Bills, but other than that, it's like the Chiefs are just the better
The,
team of those teams in the AFC.
and the Saints will be down. Atlanta
Yeah.
is a mess still. Carolina, if you get Deshaun,
If we
obviously,
can get ourselves a
it's
quarterback, we might be in in the playoffs,
Yeah.
no
Do
doubt.
you
But I
like
don't
Teddy
know how far we'll
Bridgewater?
go. I have respect for Teddy. I just don't think he's a starting quarterback. I mean, that's just what my take has always been.
I
There's
think
only
he's a
so much
starter
time
for
you get.
a mediocre team. That's what he is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That you want to have a mediocre team. Like,
No.
I'm not, we've
Yeah.
always had a mediocre team. So I want to have a great team. And like, you only have a certain small period of time where you can have those like bridge type quarterbacks, and no pun intended. But that's what Bridgewater is. He's a bridge quarterback. Like, he's
Yeah.
kind of a guy he doesn't
Transition
suck.
with.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Like, everyone loves him, great leader. But he's just not like a dog. Like, he's just not the guy. He doesn't have that kind of talent.
He's so much of
you
a
need
teddy
to find
bear.
yourself that guy.
Pun intended.
Yeah,
Dude,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I got some cool fits though right now. I want to show you. Show the audience. Actually, this is just for TJ, everybody.
Just for me.
No, but this is Snow, New York. First of all, it's crazy.
Who is that
dude.
though? Who is
Justin Theroux. If you watch The
Justin Theroux.
Leftovers on HBO, which was crazy, by the way. There was the Esquire ranked the 30 best HBO shows ever. And first of all, it's kind of invalid because they didn't have Entourage on the list, and they're clearly retarded. Oh, sorry,
Bro.
can't use that word. I'm so sorry.
How they not have Entourage on that list? How
But
they
that kind
not
of
have
is,
Entourage
man.
on
That's
that
so
list?
dumb to do that. Like, oh my god, I hate it.
He
dude.
used to. He used to.
See, this is what I'm so sorry to interrupt you right now, bro. But this is the
No,
problem.
good. I was trying to
Which-
cover your tracks.
No, I'm gonna cover it myself, bro.
All
I
right,
take
cover it.
responsibility. So that's the problem, man, about this goddamn country we live in, bro.
Oh, all
world
right.
we live in,
Let's move
man.
from the fits to here. Let's
Yeah,
hear it.
fuck
Let's
the
hear
fit for a second, bro. I'm going on this fucking rant because I have to speak my mind. So obviously, this is our show. This is our shit. We can say what the fuck we want, do what the fuck we want, and that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. And spread love, peace, love, positivity to everybody else that wants to watch and enjoy our show. And yes, I have a few words that slip, and maybe I get judged for it. Maybe I don't. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Either way, I really don't, because that's the problem with words. People say, "Oh, but words could cause so much harm," and yes, certainly, different words and specific words could cause a lot of harm to people's feelings, hurt people's feelings and thoughts and outlook on, for instance, me as an individual. Say some certain word, but it's the way that you use that word. If you're using it out of spite or hatred for somebody and really trying to degrade somebody by using a specific word, then that's wrong. That's messed up. You shouldn't be doing that. I do not condone that in any way. However, if you use a word for just something playfully or not directed at anybody, you just say it to say it, or just that was what came out of your mouth in that moment, then it's cool, bro. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. Are you harmed by something that I just said, TJ?
I'm personally not harmed. No.
Okay, so if you are, please tell me though in the future.
Yeah. No.
And
No
for
doubt.
all
no
the
doubt.
audience out there, if
I'm
you
not
are
triggered.
harmed and triggered by a word,
Well, they
your
wouldn't be
where's
our
your gun,
audience,
bro?
would
Where's your
they?
gun, bro? You triggered?
They would.
Got a
Where's my
trigger-
rifles?
trigger
My
finger
rifles
itching, bro?
downstairs.
Yeah, you gonna shoot me, bro? Because the Second
Yeah.
Amendment, you want to shoot me, bro? Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Second
You know
Amendment
why?
says murder's legal, right?
Yeah, murders are legal, bro. Second Amendment is valid because there's a massive militia in our country, and we're fighting the British Army. So we need that Second Amendment to fight back and repel the anti-Americans, man. And the funny thing about that is I'm
a pro Second Amendment kind of guy. I'm not like far pro, but I'm pro. Like, I believe.
and the most prolific Second Amendment users are quote unquote the righteous Americans trying to bring prosperous America back to greatness.
Yeah,
But
that's
they're
where
actually the true enemy to
fine
America.
line.
So in reality,
Yeah.
shouldn't we have our militia come bear arms and repel the enemy, which is actually the people think that they're making America better. In reality, they're making it worse. See that conundrum there? Those are the people that should be triggering you, not somebody like me that has a word slip out, not somebody
You know
like
what
TJ that
sorry
may
to
say
cut in
one
there.
thing. Go
I was
ahead,
gonna say,
cut
do you
in,
know what
bro.
the first lines
Cut
of
it
the
up.
Constitution are?
Tell me, bro.
We
What's
the
up?
people. We the people are the first three words of the Constitution. In the first article, like the articles, right? In the First Amendment, the first thing it says is, "We shall not establish a religion." You know that? That's the first thing that our founders, and I found this incredibly interesting because I'm someone who's.
Oh, but we didn't establish a
a
religion. Christianity already existed.
Yeah.
But we didn't establish anything. We're
No,
just
dude,
practicing it freely. And yes, that's
exactly
what they did. That's why they made America. But
yeah.
like,
But
go ahead.
that's the interesting part that I'm trying to say is in agreeing with you is that we got things like free. A lot of people think First Amendment free speech, right? They have their like taught like this is what there's so much detail that went in there. It was it's just 3 lines, right? But it's straightforward. And I'm a constitutionalist. I believe that the Constitution is the law of the land. Yes, there are things in the Constitution that are outlawed. Like that's why it was wrong when it said men, and we included all of us, right? You know what I mean? And that's something we changed. When it said that Black people were 3/5 a man, that's incorrect. That's ridiculous. That's nonsense.
That's retarded. I will say that's
yes,
retarded.
that is exactly
retarded.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
that's the dumbest shit ever. That is fucking blasphemous, bro.
But there's a reason for these things, though, right? Because like these, I mean, there's always think about how interesting it is that the founding fathers, all of them probably were Christian. Decided, no, we're not going to establish Christianity as the law of the land, and we're not going to establish Christianity as the religion of the land. And that's nothing against Christianity. I'm not anti. That's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that's just what those dogs said. The founders of this country, who were in fact Christians, they decided.
But we're gonna put God all over our money and our fucking anthem.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem, right?
It's like goddamn everything you left, right, you look is in God we trust.
Yeah.
No, thank God for making this country great. One nation under God, individual liberties and justice for all. Like, fuck that shit. What God am I under, bro? I'm pledging allegiance to this flag. Okay, dope. I like my country. I appreciate my country. I love my country. But did God make this country? Does God rule this country? No, but a Cheeto ran our country. Now he's not running our country anymore. Thank God.
Flaming hot. Actually, not flaming hot.
Nah, he's more flaming, that
just flaming. No, I know you're right. Flaming hot's actually like pretty fucking good. Do you see how they had a new commercial with Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher? That was kind of weird, but it was funny as shit too. You know what I mean? And it was and Scooby, right? But shit. What was I gonna say, bro? I was gonna say that the Second Amendment says well-regulated militia. That's another part of it. Is that yes, it does allow for any individual to have guns. It allows for individuals who are citizens to have the right to bear arms. But there's regulation there. There has to be. You can't have murderers and criminals bearing weapons, right? I mean, that's the point that I think we're trying to read between the lines. And then you do have this other side, going to what you initially were talking about with kind of what stopped you when you said a word that may piss some people off. Like, yeah, we're aware of these things. We're, Gen fucking Z? No, we're like Gen X, right? We're Gen X. Like we're I guess like we understand these things. We're awake, right? But the point is that like at the end of the day, there's a thin line. There's a very thin line. Like something me and you don't do, for example, is we don't like engage with people on Twitter, bro. We ain't engaging with people in the comment sections on fucking Instagram. Like if I'm gonna have some shit to say, I'm gonna talk to somebody about it. I'm gonna speak to you face to face, and we're gonna have a conversation because that's what respect's about, and that's what we actually achieve. Shit, just going online and tweeting or being angry at something and commenting on somebody else's post, like that only causes more problems for you than it will create, and only hurts this country, I think. And so when you have this one side that's super like aggressive and like you must totally agree with me 100% or you're a terrible human being, and the other side where you start canceling people who are like they voted Republican, let's cancel them, or their parents were this and the third, or they're this, and eventually will become things like they're the ancestors of individuals who fought for the Confederacy. I mean, what? We're not going to cancel people. This is ridiculous. At a certain point, we can have real debates about, like, what do you think about Confederate statues? What do you think about this? That's a debate to have. I would personally not like to have a debate on George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. I think they should be up because I think that there are presidents. They're the first people we had in this country. And yes, that might piss some people off, but at the end of the day, that's our tradition. We need to learn and grow. MLK didn't say let's tear down the streets. He said let's invest in the poor. Let's invest in the working class. Let's build up communities. Let's learn from our mistakes, not get rid of the mistakes. There's my end of my rant, but continue.
No, yeah, well, yeah, dude, that's the fucking main problem is getting rid of your mistakes. And that's like to go along with your point. You said that we should reprimand this specific individual because their grandfather, their great great grandfather, their ancestor was a Confederate, was a slave owner, was this and that.
Mm,
Doesn't mean that they're fucking racist. They're a slave owner. That's like saying, oh, this fucking black person should should chain them up,
yeah.
put them
Or a
back in the
mistake they made
fields.
when they're like 13 or 14.
Yeah,
Like
like what
they're
the
a kid,
fuck,
they're
dude?
learning.
First of all, people need to stop bashing the past and making
Hmm.
problems out of things that were the past. Yes, these things happened. We all know these things happened.
Yeah,
Nobody's saying that it was sick. Nobody's saying that, oh yeah, I fuck with slavery, bro. That shit was lit. That was a good time in our
yeah.
history. Because no, it absolutely was not a good time in our history. It just happened to coincide with the construction of America because
Hmm.
that's how it was back then. And yeah, people are gonna say, oh, but you can't just say that's how it was. And I'm not just saying that's how it was, but it was how it was. You know
Yeah.
what
I
I'm
mean, there's
saying?
nothing we
Like, I'm
can
gonna
do
say
about
that. There's
rewriting
nothing
it.
we can specifically do exactly because we're
Yeah.
living hundreds of years later, 50 years
Hmm.
later, whatever you want to count towards the end of slavery as. But, there's still, I guess, modern day slavery going on for sure. Everybody's always going to be a
Yeah.
slave to something or another, but I don't think slave is the right word to use now. In particular,
Mm.
maybe your,
Well, in some places you might have it like in China and
well,
stuff like that.
sweatshops and stuff for sure, but I'm
Yeah.
talking in America
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
People say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm a slave to the music industry. I'm a slave to
Mm.
TikTok, to Instagram, to this and that." And yeah, maybe you are a slave because you don't have control over your own actions. But in reality, nobody's chaining you up. Nobody's whipping you. Nobody's harming you. Nobody's killing you. Nobody's taking your children away from you. Nobody's hunting you down with dogs as you're trying to run away to freedom.
Yeah.
No, your freedom is at your own fingertips. You just have to grasp it and be willing to
Yeah.
grasp it and stop playing the pity party and feeling sorry for yourself and feeling sorry for what the past did to everybody. Because what I look at it is as my ancestors, your ancestors, everybody's ancestors had their own history. Everyone's had their own family
Yeah.
history. And it's about
Yeah.
changing that history, reminding us that this is what we went through. But let's not be like that. Let's be better. And that's why a lot of those people went through all the shit they went through, survivors of the
Hmm.
Holocaust, to give a
Yeah.
better life for the future generations of their family, of everyone
Yeah.
around them in the community. They lived through hell to be, to create offspring, to create you, to create me, so we could live
Yeah.
a better life. And instead of
No,
fucking
100%.
crying, feeling sorry for yourself again, take that shit, use it as fuel, fire to fucking be great, to do something
Yeah.
with your life
We got the
worthwhile,
reverse Mamba
and
mentality going
appreciate,
on. That's what
yeah,
we
and
have,
have the
bro,
appreciation for the
in our
past
culture.
mistakes, bro, and
Yep.
the
And not just
appreciation for
mistakes, but
people going through
complete
that stuff.
disastrous fuck ups.
Yeah.
And we should know that we should be teaching kids that this is the in-depth nature of it. We shouldn't erase it like it's on a whiteboard and we can just rub it off. I know there's some, people who may be white and progressive and they think that that's how we must feel,
They're
fix the problem.
racist though.
How about you, I know, how about you talk to the communities that have been impacted by us? Talk to people, talk to, black and brown
They
mothers and
don't.
fathers
They
and what they've
don't.
had to go through. Talk to them and ask them, would you prefer that we erase everything to fix this problem, or would you prefer that we just talk about what
That's the
happened and
fucking
what we need to
problem.
do going
Yeah.
forward? And that's what they want to see. And I think, we must also remember that at the end of the day, and getting to like the discussion on like statues and stuff like that, like, look, I'm not going to hate nobody for their opinion. I just personally won't, and I won't engage with someone
Yeah.
online because we don't know each other. Like, I respect all opinions from all points of view, as long as you're coming from an honest place and you
Yeah.
don't come at me for some shit, right? Like based on my whatever complexity or based on my, nationality or whatever. You know what I mean? Because guess what? My four fathers and mothers, my ancestors were they knew people or they were themselves slaughtered by the British. Okay,
Yeah.
many of them were, just like you, just like Americans here who've lived here for generations,
Yeah.
just like their ancestors were. So we have that bond, we share that struggle, and I want to be able to connect with people on those kind of things and on those kind of fronts. And so when I do see like conversations of like, should we get rid of the George Washington name of the school or the statue, I start saying like, come on guys, like this man, I understand you look at it, everything is a baseline of like, did this person own slaves? Checker X. This is not a game. This dude was our president. This man was our leader. Like, I don't like when people use this kind of like 2021 kind of energy and throw it to the 1600s, because there's so many people in the past that would be marked as some things. I mean, they came after, let's be honest, this kind of like cancel culturally woke crowd came after Mahatma Gandhi. They come after MLK. I mean, they've come after everybody. And I think that inherently there's a part of it that like people are scared of their own personal life sometimes, and they're like they want to be able to do this, to be connected, to feel like they're part of something. It's almost like we played sports, like participating in a, you know, on the field and like going out there and battling, you know, fighting those battles. They think that these are their battles. These are not battles. Okay, we've had those battles, people died in those battles. Now we have to start anew, we have to move forward, and we can either, you know, cancel and destroy anybody, you know, we want, or we can actually like focus on what are things that we want in society, what are things we, you know, yes, if somebody does something terribly disgusting, unlawful, that is something entirely different than somebody who made a mistake when they're 18, or somebody who's, you know, who's of a different background or a different religion or whatever. We can't do that. We're then feeding in the same narrative as the people we're saying we're trying to prevent from taking power, and that's the problem.
Yeah, man. And just the last point before I go back to staring at Justin Thoreau and his nice fit.
Yeah,
that everybody got to look at the last like 10 minutes of this rant, but is the fact that people speak in code, and when I say that is they speak in a way that they don't want to offend anybody. They're afraid to offend people by saying specific things that people need to hear. You know, they don't want to say, for instance, the N-word, but by me saying the N-word, what's in your head right now, people? The N-word, right? You're saying it in your head. So I'm just putting that shit in your head. It's almost like a mind fuck. Like, yeah, I'm acting innocent. N-word, but what do you hear in your head when I say that? So why not just say it? But say it not to a black person or a person of color that feels strongly about it, or saying like retard, retarded, whatever word you want to use in that sense. Any maybe another cracker, whatever the fuck racist word you're gonna use, or offensive word you're gonna use. You know, just don't be afraid to say it. If you have to say it in a necessary stance where you're making an opinion, you're making a point, or using it in an academic way. If you're using it in an offensive way, again, to offend somebody specifically, directly, and using it to harm others, don't say that shit. Hold your tongue. Nobody needs to hear it. It's completely separate. But again, if you're explaining a different point, if you're trying to make your voice heard, make your opinion stand, and make it be an opinion that is to its full extent, you gotta speak your fucking mind sometimes, and not be afraid not be afraid of the backlash. That's just the problem, because a lot of people are offended. I say shit all the time, and I'm comfortable saying it because I know the people I'm around aren't going to judge me for it, aren't going to be mad that I'm saying something, and they don't even pay any mind to it, because they know where my heart is, and they know that I care about them, and I care about everybody in this world that just wants a better life for themselves, and that just wants to live their life freely. And that's the point of America. It's the point that the founding fathers made, of a country to practice their religion freely. Well, you know what my religion is? My religion is freedom of fucking speech, freedom of living, and enjoying my life surrounded by others with different backgrounds, different faiths, different values, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, peace, love, and positivity. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And people have to make life so difficult by playing victimizing different groups, different people, and trying to be at the forefront of a conversation that's not even about the individuals, about the specific topic, the group as a whole, their environment. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all you motherfucking listeners out there.
Yeah.
Bigger than us, people. And you guys need to get over yourselves, become selfless, and become happy really with yourself, because people like that care about things that don't really matter, or care about things that are just cared about because it's the status quo to care about them, and it's the social media telling you should care about this thing. Fuck all that, bro. Have your opinion, have your own mind, have your own values, and live the life the way that you fucking want it, and don't let anybody tell you differently. just like Justin Thoreau wearing this fucking crazy
Couldn't
fit
say it any better. Couldn't say it any
with
better.
his doggy where
Is he in? Was he in New York or
oh
what?
my god, I
Is this
totally
taken in
just
New York?
shared like some emails with people right now. That was awesome. Anyway,
I don't think anyone was gonna get a glimpse of that.
yeah, but there's you could pause when you're watching this. It's straight.
Ain't no one gonna do that, bro.
It's probably no. It actually was a job application. Everybody that
Uh,
trying to get a new job up in this math fucker. But anyway, Justin Thoreau right here with his doggy, little mittens, little look at that chain blinged out,
I
dude.
fuck with that. I fuck
Icy
with that.
dog. Also, New York got more snow in our 4 years at college in a week.
I know.
Which is insane.
It's such bull, isn't it?
We didn't get
got
the snow fight in
sludge. They got
Wausau.
snow, bro.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
We got
bro.
sludge.
So here we got my boy M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Yeah. First of all, dude, I think his movies are so overrated. It's not even funny. Like
No, they're
the
not
only
good.
ones
He's
I
got
like
one. He's got some good
are
ones.
Split and fucking his OG. This was Sixth Sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were
The
good.
Fifth Sense. No, Sixth Sense. Right?
Sixth Sense, and then all the other ones are very mediocre at best.
Does he work with Bruce Willis on everything, bro? I feel like him and Bruce are a combo, and it's like a unique combo that no one would think about.
Is the Outsider him? Is that his story? Or is that Stephen King?
No, Stephen King.
Stephen King. See, way better, bro. He's trying to be like the
Stephen King. People make shit off of Stephen. M. Night Shyamalan makes shit off of Stephen King's novels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he has a nice figure though. He's looking pretty.
Yeah, he's got a good fit. He's got a good fit. Though.
The Weeknd. Did you like his performance, by the way?
I did. I liked it a lot. I thought it was something I've noticed is a lot of people love it or some people hate it. You know what I mean? It's like it's either or. I don't see a lot of people that are like, it's all right. I mean, I've seen some good, there's some bad. But I think for me, I like that he put his own money into it. He made it his own. I love the part where like he went to the back and like he was in the lights and he was doing that cool shit. I would have loved it if he played a different song during that though. But I think that the production value was great. I love that they used the field. I am starting to think that they fucked up the field though. I think they messed up the field though, no cap.
Probably.
But for the second half, but that's aside from the fact. But I think that I like that. I like that. I love his fit. I love the order he played his songs. Like I think my mom was like it just like lit. Like I think my mom like decided to listen to his music the week of for the first time. Like just kind of like, let me check what's going on. Oh, I'm very intrigued. Yeah. She loved that shit. Started dancing and stuff during the Super Bowl halftime show. Then when it was done, she started playing music in her headset or like in her earpiece or headpiece for like the rest of the Super Bowl. She didn't even watch. So
that's cool, man. Then last but not least, Maluma. For those of you who don't know him, it's reggaeton. I think he's better than, I don't know if he's better than Bad Bunny, but maybe J Balvin. I like him. I think he's sick. First of all,
I don't think he's better than J Balvin.
He looks like, he looks like a fucking Cherokee Indian, but like, what's up? I'm here to party.
He's got those, he's got the Western fit
modern
on the
cowboy
pants,
with my J's, off-white 4s. And like maybe the Kanye would wear this type shit. It's such an interesting fit. He did match though. I give you the color coordination. Applause. But yeah, cowboy, keep rocking your reggaeton and literally the same songs. It's just the same songs on repeat. Like if you play a whole album straight, it's the same exact song. Except for Bad Bunny, has a lot of differentiation and a lot.
Yes, Bad Bunny's very different, but. That's how it is, though. Like, like that's what we were talking about it earlier. It's very similar.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? I can sing along to the song.
That's how it is.
I am reggaeton, I am long. Everybody knows that I hit the bong. And wang, 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 this is me.
And it always is like this.
Speak no Spanish, but I gotta rap anyway, that's me. Spitting on the shit like Muhammad Ali.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Blowing like a butterfly, singing like a bee. Punch you 1, 2, 3. That's me. That's P. And T. Rocking on the vibe. That's us. That's me. That's 3. Wheezy. +4. That's 7. Tom Brady. That's he. Oh yeah.
That's he.
He won that shit. So suck is nothing. I'm not gonna say that word. I'm just fronting. Yeah. Hey. Anywho, that was stupid.
Go talk.
But yeah, dude. Oh shit. I gotta show everybody the new snacks. Fucking tourney we got going on. So first of all, bro, what's your go-to snack? Like a late night snack, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. 12 a.m. where you're
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm trying to munch out on something. What are you getting? What's your go-to?
It used to be. It used to be either Cheeto puffs or hot fries. Now it's veggie straws. Veggie straws.
Veggie straws are
That's my new
fire,
shit.
bro. Veggie
I love veggie straws, but
yes.
that's my new shit. That's my new shit. Especially the sriracha one. I love the
The
sriracha.
srirachas
flavor.
are the
That's my favorite.
best. The best. So now, you don't get the Trader Joe's brand? You get the actual that one. It's called veggie.
No,
straw.
I get the actual one. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Trader Joe's was before that brand, which is crazy to think about. But the sriracha just like overtook everything because that's the thing.
That shit's just
Trader
fire,
Joe's is
bro.
lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I actually should have put that on this list, but you know, Kit Kat, Cheez-Its, I'm probably gonna go. Fuck, dude, that's hard. Actually,
I'm going Cheez-Its, bro, because I'm more of like I'm more of
chip,
a
dude.
salt instead of
Oh,
a sweet kind of guy. Yeah, I
Okay,
like
so
chocolate, but that's about it.
I'd probably go Kit Kat just because I love chocolate. But Cheez-Its are crazy too. I wish I could choose Cheez-Its. But then Reese's
Yeah.
Twinkies, definitely Reese's.
Reese's, no
Twinkies
doubt.
is fucking horrible for you. I'm never gonna eat that
I hate
crap.
them. I just don't think
I've
they're
only
good.
had one in my life, and it was whatever. I
Yeah.
don't need it. Maybe in a nuclear
There's so many
apocalypse,
pop
I'm gonna
culture
go get some.
references. There's so many pop culture references to Twinkies, and I
Yeah,
don't think they're the shit. I
There
think they're
are.
disgusting.
And Twix, Cheetos. I'm going probably
Cheetos.
Cheetos. Unless there's like a frozen Twix, because anything frozen, I don't even like caramel.
Frozen
but
Snickers.
frozen Snickers is insane.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah.
Haribo gummies against Skittles. I'll probably have to go Skittles, dude. I really like Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles.
I really do
Skittles
like
is better.
So that's an upset there. Chips Ahoy, Fritos. I do like a chocolate chip.
Going Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy, no doubt. I don't think
Yeah, but
Fritos is
have you had Fritos where I don't know if you had this in Charlotte or wherever, or I don't even know if a lot of people had this, but we had the local ice cream truck in LA. This was specifically in middle school, mid city LA.
Yeah.
Where the guy opens a bag of Fritos, then dumps chili and then cheese in it, and then you get a fork and you eat it out of the
Yeah, I've
bag.
heard about that combo. I've heard about. Never
it's
had
crazy.
it though.
You could do it with hot Cheetos too. You can do it with any chip really, but
I mean,
the
Fritos are
one,
good. They're
really,
good,
really
but I
good.
don't. Chips Ahoy is chips like that's some.
Yeah, I would
That's
go
the
Chips
go-to
Ahoy too.
snack though
I would
when
go
it comes
Chips
to
Ahoy
sweet.
as well.
Yeah.
Then you go Lay's, Tostitos. I'm gonna have to go Lay's here. Although Tostitos with salsa, if that was the combo, maybe I'm going that. But Lay's are just really.
I'm going
classic. They're
Tostitos. Oh
tasty.
yeah, but it's also like it depends on the Lay's flavor. I'm more of a. I like the salt
Lemon.
vinegar.
Oh,
I
salt
like
vinegar.
the sour cream and onion, and I like the barbecue. Those are my three only flavors I'll ever eat.
You don't like
I don't like
lemon? The lime.
No,
ones?
I don't like the lime. I don't like regular. I don't like a lot of their other ones. Are just not. It's not a vibe for me.
Okay, that's crazy to me.
I don't. I'm not a big, but I also don't like chips. Like I don't like potato chips that much. I like
feel it.
like other kind of snacks that are fatty, but not chips. I'm not a fan of chips. generally speaking.
He doesn't like chips, people. Don't give him chips. I'll take them.
Hey, people are like, that's like an 80-20 thing. I feel like
it's not a bad thing though, bro. I'm just saying. I'll take them.
Barbecue.
Hands,
I love
man.
Lay's barbecue.
Yeah, those are good.
Lay's
Have you ever
barbecue's
put Lay's
fire.
barbecue in a hamburger or a hot dog?
Of course.
It's the
I
best.
put it in a sandwich.
Sandwich too. Yeah, it's the shit. Anyway, Ruffles, Goldfish, 100p.
Goldfish.
Sure. Chex Mix, Ritz. I'm going Chex Mix. Yeah. But okay. So just curious to see. Out of all these, just off tops, I'm definitely going M&Ms, but peanut M&Ms specifically.
I love. Yeah. I think peanut M&Ms are my favorite too. Sour Patch, dude. I love Sour Patch. My favorite candy.
They're insane.
Sour Patch and Skittles are my two favorite candy, and then Doritos, bro.
I like Star Wars too.
Oh, they got hot fries in there at 3, bro.
Dude, I don't even like hot fries like that, bro. Everybody loves hot fries. I'd 100% take Flaming Hot Cheetos, but the lime ones over any Cheetos.
No, that's fair.
Fries,
that's fair.
Anything. Those are so
That's
good.
fair. That's fair. But I think hot fries are the shit, bro. Like the one thing about them though is that they're so bad for you. They're unreal bad for you.
I mean, all those chips are for sure. That's why I don't eat that shit, dude. It's so bad. I don't understand how people still go to McDonald's, bro. That's insane to me. It baffles me. Even their
Just
fries,
blows my
you
mind.
realize how much cholesterol and fucking salt are in those goddamn fries. that
I
you
used to get McDonald's a lot. I haven't got them in a year. I
eat.
haven't got it in a year.
I know a
bro.
lot of people.
I used to get
That's
it when I
good.
was in New York. Haven't eaten it in a year. Shit, I've barely eaten fast food recently.
I'm
bro.
glad, bro. Good for you, as you should, man. But
Mhm.
shit, bro. It's been a crazy start to this year for sure. I think that a lot of people are kind of finding some normalcy in their lives. It's already February 11th, which is insane. Where did January go,
Yeah.
bro? That's fucking Super Bowl just happened. Time
Yeah.
is just flying by, man. And it's even more so than I think the pandemic. It's just really, really going fast. And I think that
Yeah.
people are liking that. I'm liking it. For instance, I think that every day do something, get something done, better yourself, and then continue doing it. And the more time you have, the more time goes by, hopefully it'll come to fruition. And that's my hope for everybody out there, man.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, everyone tuning in. Yeah, we always talk about just spreading that positivity to everybody, and that's what it's really all about. We're here to give you some knowledge, give you our 2 cents, and take it how you want. Take it and leave it, take it and grasp it, do whatever you want with it. I just hope you all enjoy it as much as I enjoy talking to this motherfucker. It's a good time.
Love talking to this
That's what it's
motherfucker.
about. Having a good time, enjoying yourself, and
Yeah, dude.
progressing as a person, man. And that's what it's all about.
And I advise people who are listening too to do the same thing with your friends. Like do the same thing with your
man.
family.
Do something
what I mean?
creative.
This is what life is about. We're stationary right now, but we don't have to be stationary up here, right? So that's the game.
Word of the wise.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Look at me, bro. Two weeks of work and I'm suddenly wise, bro. Shit.
Dude.
But
as a working
that's
man.
what the Zoom does. It look like I'm a
career
does it
man.
Look like I'm. You said something about my eyes though, bro. Was it like that? Does it look like I'm like tired? Is that what that shit is, or what?
No, you just had this look like you were staring through my soul, and I was like, "What's up with you, bro?"
Damn.
I know I got a nice.
Yeah, it's because I've been looking at the fucking laptop all day, bro.
I feel you, dude. You gotta take them breaks and do some. There's actually eye exercises you could do. I think there's this instruction that actually for all those people interested. It says every 20 to 30 minutes, take a step from your desk, from your laptop, and turn and stare into something blank and let your mind drift for 5. So you can stare at a wall and drift for 5. Think about what you're going to do next. Maybe you have something that day, that meeting that you got to be prepared for. Think about it, prepare yourself, analyze it, and then get back to your work. But don't stare at a screen. Don't sit down and stay stagnant for more than 30 minutes, an hour, and really just take care of yourself, because a lot of people don't. And
something I'm noticing, my eyes, my right eye, a little redness. So it's definitely impacted.
Yeah, dude. For sure.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's been twitching a little bit.
For sure.
It's mostly just got a little red.
It's more than life than a screen. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
More than life than a screen.
Way to leave it off.
And
no better way to leave it off.
Yeah, bro. I had a good one today. It's fun. Shout out to Max again. Appreciate you for coming on, brother. Max out. Check out his song. Jeez, dude, I can't even talk today. Oh my god. Check out his song.
When he leaves a like a room or like a party, he can just be like, "Yo, Max out." Like, isn't that crazy, bro? Do you think you think that's why he made his name like that? You know what I mean? You think that's why he made the name?
Potentially,
maybe, right?
We're just gonna say it that he did, and he could run with it. Hopefully, he runs with it. Bang Bango, his song. Everyone, check it out. You're gonna find it in the comment section and the description. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and preach peace, love, positivity to those around you. Find success, find happiness, do what you got to do in life to live your life to the fullest, and enjoy this show, enjoy what we have to say. And thank you again, my brother, for coming on, like always.
Of course.
As if
we got the matching gloves.
I'm thanking you as if you're not gonna come on, but
we got the
spin it. This is the thing I used to do. Spin it and close your eyes, put your finger, and see where you land.
Yeah, give me a second with this.
Yeah. Let's see where we're traveling next, bro.
Yo, we're traveling to LA, baby.
Oh my god, no way.
We're traveling to LA, no joke.
That's
bro.
crazy.
I was in California. It might have been Sacramento. So not too far from
Sacktown.
me, but
Fuck Sacktown.
a few hours from me.
It's super boring.
Yeah.
Don't go to Sacktown. It's really,
Sacktown.
really boring. Okay, cool. Yeah, bro. Come pull up to LA. We'll shoot this show in person. Money team.
No
Yes, sir.
doubt, bro.
Anyway, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah. Peace, everybody. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the show as always, and thank you. Thank you very much. Peace out, guys.